A new year. Doesn't September always feel like a new year? It is the new year for the Jewish people, but I think it feels like a new year to me because you get new school supplies and a new calendar or a new timekeeping system. You know, you get new clothes, and I used to get new shoes once a year when I was a kid, and it just did always. September felt like the new year when I resituated myself in a new classroom with a new teacher, with new rows and new kids and all of that. The new year. So happy new year. Last year, as you might recall, I was really startled when September came because I was so chilled out from the summer, and it's been really good to just have this time to chill out. Boy, I hope you've enjoyed it too. It's been super relaxing, just time to be home, and you know, my kid doesn't have to, what? It's September. Oh my God, I gotta get dressed. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here. I'm centered, I'm grounded. It's September. I'm glad to be with you. But that was my old gray-haired self that did that. Now, my new, improved, brown-haired self is just cool as a cucumber about the whole thing. I ease into things gracefully. I don't have my little fits anymore. It all came with the hair dye. Not. We're always looking for that solution, you know, what's going to change us, how we're going to be new. We're going to lose weight and have a new personality. We're going to be in a new relationship and everything's going to be different. We're going to rearrange the furniture. One of my favorites, you know, we're going to learn a new timekeeping system or get a new calendar. Every year, I don't know about you, it's kind of weird, but I try about 4 different timekeeping systems before I settle down for the year. Then as the year goes on, I start to see what I don't like about it, so that by the following year, I'm ready to try a new one. And part of me always believes that this new one is going to work. It's all about the system. It's not about the fact that I'm kind of maybe not super gifted at time management. So however you've been thinking about creating life anew, I'm teasing us about it, but it's also a real and wonderful human impulse. You rearrange the furniture, it's kind of like you have a new house. You know, you get new shoes, it's kind of like you have new feet. You dye your hair, it's kind of like you have a new head. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with any of it? As long as we aren't doing it to run from what's been, as long as we aren't doing it to avoid or to deny our old feet or our old hair or our old way of being. Because when we start to do it to run, that brings anxiety into it. And instead of bringing something new, it brings us right into that same old loop. I'm not good enough. I need to change something. Something needs to improve. I need to be better. I need to be just a little bit better than I am. You know, I took some time off this summer, and for some reason, I just didn't feel like going away. I didn't feel like taking a trip. In fact, don't hate me. I was offered a free trip to the Italian Alps, and I kept getting books out of the library about Italy, and I'd return them again. And then finally it occurred to me, I'm not called to be in Italy. You know, I might think that I would be a cooler person if I'd been to the Italian Alps. But me, the stodgy Midwestern woman that I am, wanted to stay in my own garden. That's what I was actually called to do. So even as we're changing and improving and starting a new year, and of course we're going to be trying all kinds of new things here in this new year with some wonderful new people who are joining us in our community. Even so, we come from the places we come from, and part of what I love about community is that continuity. So when you're in a community with people, you watch them change. You all watched me dye my hair. You comment on it. You say, what's with that? You know, I'm held by the community, even as we together try to make ourselves anew. The community holds the history, and it holds, hopefully, the love and the care that's always in community. I'm wearing the shirt that for some reason I've wanted to wear all summer. It's been the shirt that I've worn whenever it's clean, and I've washed it more than I've washed other things. It says, I live life with my whole heart. And that's what I've been aspiring to do this summer. You know, I really was inspired by the research of Brené Brown on vulnerability and wholehearted living. And Brené Brown says, in order to really live wholehearted lives, happy people have a practice of gratitude. And I want this community to create happy people. So one of the things that our community will be doing this year is fooling around with trying to find a good form for really holding and lifting up and celebrating all of the gifts in our lives, all of the things that we have to be grateful for. I always, when we do our joys and sorrows, begin mine with grateful as always for this gathered community. And I need to say that I am. Were it not for this fluid, diverse, unusual, global, spiritual community, I'd be talking to the air right now. Instead, I talk to you. I talk right through the camera. I talk to the community, knowing that when the community gathers, somehow what I say, as imperfect as I am, no matter what color I dye my hair, no matter what timekeeping system I have, no matter who I try to be when I try to be just a little bit better, I know that this community holds me. The relationships over time, the connections over time, ground me, sustain me, and hold me. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for attending. Thank you for participating. Thanks for your quiet notes and calls. Thanks for all of the ways that you reach out and create real and sustaining community here. The Jews have a saying for the new year, may it be a sweet one, and they dip apples into honey and eat that to celebrate the coming of a sweet new year. May you have a very sweet year, and may we together as a community create and enjoy the sweetness of life.